Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I welcome you to lecture number 31 of the series. Dear students, in our today's lecture we are going to finish poem number 5. Exercise and short answers are to be completed in today's lecture, and then we also plan to start poem number 6. I hope you are ready. So let's get started with our today's lecture. First of all, we are going to take up the exercise. Well, students, this slide carries the exercise of poem number 5. You can see first of all there is a glossary given. Glossary means vocabulary or word synonyms. Then there are multiple choice questions and true false statements. As far as the glossary is concerned, there are a couple of names. First, guava. Guava आपको पता है अमरूद को कहते हैं. mandarin एक ऑरेंज फैमिली का फ्रूट है. रिंड किसी भी फ्रूट की हार्डर आउटर सरफेस को रिंड कहा जाता है. विक वो कॉर्ड होती है, स्ट्रिप होती है जो कि लैंटर्न में डाली जाती है और जिसको आग दी जाती है. पिरामिड आपको पता है इजिप्ट के जो पिरामिड्स हैं वो बहुत मशहूर हैं, जो कि त्रिकोण की शक्ल में किए हैं, जिनके स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं. सो नाउ वी मूव ऑन टू द MCQs. Choose the correct answer. Which fruit has not been mentioned in the poem? Mango, melon, guava, mandarin. Mango has not been mentioned in the poem. The fruit resembles cannonballs. B option is correct. It was a dark street. The children were dark. Now number 2, mark the statements true or false. No fruit has been mentioned in the poem. It is a false statement. Number 2, the children did not want to buy the fruit. Again, it is a false statement. Number 3, the children were holding coins in their hands. Yes, they had a coin in their hand. Number 4, they ate the fruit with relish. Yes, it is a true statement. They enjoyed the fruit of their choice. Now we are going to move on to the short answers. The next two slides that follows this slide carry the short answers, and the short answers of this poem are extremely important. Please note them down in your English copies and also memorize them. Well, gentlemen, this is a very important slide coming your way. It carries the short answers of poem number 5. You are advised to please note these short answers in your copies as well as memorize them. So let's move on to the first question. Question number 1 is, what are the feelings of the poet while standing in the dark? The poet feels glum and gloomy while standing in the dark because he is fully aware of the seriousness of the situation. He feels that the situation could have a devastating effect on people if it is not addressed properly. Question number 2. Why has the poet used cannonballs to describe the fruit? Let me tell you that this is the most important question of the exercise. It has got to be there in your exams, so be very careful. The poet has used cannonballs to describe the fruit to make us realize that there is a potential threat to our existence as a result of war which can break out any time and consequently wipe us out from the face of the earth if we do not find an amicable solution of our conflicts. Let me repeat the answer once more. The poet has used cannonballs. You can see I have put the phrase of cannonballs inside the inverted commas, which is exactly what you are going to do. The poet has used cannonballs to describe the fruit to make us realize that there is a potential threat to our existence as a result of war, which can break out any time and consequently wipe us out from the face of the earth if we do not find an amicable solution of our conflicts. Number 3. How are the fruits placed on the stalls? जो मुख्तलिफ फल हैं उनको स्टॉल्स पर किस तरह रखा गया है. The fruits are placed in conical way, like pyramids on the fruit stalls, and they bear a close resemblance to the cannonballs. Let me repeat the answer once more. The fruits are placed in a conical way like pyramids on the fruit stalls, and they bear a close resemblance to the cannonballs. Number 4. How do the children enter the fruit street? How do the children enter the fruit street? Well, the answer is the poor children enter the fruit street with only a single coin to purchase the fruit of their choice. Their faces are glowing with happiness as they are content to have a single coin to spend. I repeat, the poor children enter the fruit street with only a single coin to purchase the fruit of their choice. Their faces are glowing with happiness as they are content to have at least a single coin to spend on the fruit of their choice. Well, gentlemen, this is the first slide that carries the short answers. The next slide also carries a couple of questions. Well, students, this is the second slide which carries the short answers. It is a continuation of the previous slide. It carries a couple of questions of huge significance. Question number 5 is, how do the children enjoy with the fruit? Both these questions are very, very important. How do the children enjoy with their fruit? The answer is, the children buy the fruit of their choice and break it open forcefully. A fountain of juice springs from within the fruit and sticks to different body parts, which start glowing when the light of the lantern strikes on their body. I repeat the answer. The children buy the fruit of their choice and break it open forcefully. A fountain of juice springs from within the fruit and sticks to different body parts, which start glowing when the light of the lantern strikes their body. Question number 6 is also very, very important question of the exercise. And the statement of the question is, why the poet does not enjoy the scene of the fruit street while the children do. Why the poet does not enjoy the scene of the fruit street while the children do. I hope you understand what the question is. Question का मतलब है कि poet fruit street का जो सीन है जिसकी उसने बड़ी खूबसूरत पोएटिक डिपिक्शन की है, वो खुद उसको एंजॉय क्यों नहीं कर रहा जबकि बच्चे बड़ी अच्छी तरह से एंजॉय कर रहे हैं. Well, the answer is the children are innocent and do not have any knowledge of the seriousness of the situation we are faced with. So they keep on enjoying the scene. Unlike the children, the poet is an experienced and well-informed man who is fully aware of the gravity of the situation, and hence he is unable to enjoy as the children do. I repeat the answer. The children are innocent and do not have any knowledge of the seriousness of the situation we are faced with. So they keep on enjoying the scene. Full stop. Unlike the children, comma, the poet is an experienced and well-informed man who is fully aware of the gravity of the situation, and hence, comma, he is unable to enjoy as the children do. Well, gentlemen, I hope you must have got the answer of all the questions from the poem. All you have to do is to write them down and go through them once or twice, and you will be quite aware of all the answers of the poem. Answers of the poem are also important because if you cannot explain the poem, then some of the answers can be used in the explanation as well. Therefore, I would always advise you to memorize all the answers of the poem. Well, dear students, our today's lecture was going to be short, so I thought why not start poem number 6 in our today's lecture as well. So we'll complete it definitely in our tomorrow's lecture. The poem number 6 is very important poem, A Sindhi Women, which is written by John Stalworthy, and you must remember that poem number 5 and poem number 6 both are written by the same poet. The name of the poet, as you can see, is John Stalworthy. This poem is going to be completed in tomorrow's lecture. Well, students, this slide carries the text of the poem, A Sindhi Women. The name of the poet is John Stalworthy. This is a very important poem. Barefoot through the bazaar, and with the same undulant grace as the cloth blown back from her face, she glides with the stone jar high on her head, and not a ripple in her tread. Tread walk को कहते हैं, stroll को कहते हैं, ripple का मतलब होता है disturbance. In this stanza, the poet actually explains and feels fascinated by the walking style of a poor Sindhi woman who is carrying a heavy stone jar on her head, and she walks in such a beautiful, smooth manner that she seems to be gliding across the street and feels no disturbance whatsoever in her walk, though she is barefooted and also carrying a stone jar on her head. The second stanza of watching her cross erect stone, garbage, excrement and crumbs of glass in the Karachi slums, I with my stoop reflect, they stand most straight who learn to walk beneath a weight. The last 3 lines of the poem are extremely important. They are actually the gist of the poem, the essence of the entire poem, or the main idea. In this, the poet describes that the streets of Karachi, bazaars of Karachi, are actually full of garbage, trash, stones, human and animal waste, pieces of glass, but all these hurdles fail to lower the spirits of the women, and she continues ever so gracefully with her walking style. A poet, though does not have any weight on his shoulder, yet he has got a stoop back, a hunchback, a bent back, and he comes up with the conclusion that the people who learn to walk under a heavy weight of responsibilities as well as a physical weight, they always stand most straight, both physically as well as morally. So this is actually the main idea, or the central idea, or the theme of the poem, that the people who learn to walk beneath a heavy weight, they stand straight, both physically as well as morally. Well, students, this is the last slide of our today's lecture. Since the poem carries some of the important vocabulary, so I have to add an additional slide to our today's lecture. The first word in our last slide is undulant, which is a beautiful word. It is an adjective. Its synonyms are rolling, heaving, surging, or smooth motion. You may also call it wave-like motion. Gentle, graceful movement or walk को कहते हैं undulant. Glide is a verb. Its synonymous words are slide, float, drift, or move smoothly. Ripple, as you can see, is a verb as well as a noun. Its equivalent words are current, disturbance, swell, rise and fall. इरिटेशन भी कहा जा सकता है, annoyance भी कहा जा सकता है, disturbance भी कहा जा सकता है. Tread is a noun and as well as a verb. Treaded, treaded are its form, but here it is being used as a noun. Tread कहते हैं step रखना, walk को, stride को, plod को. Stroll, stride, walk, step, plod. Erect, as you can see, is an adjective, straight, upright, vertical or stiff. Garbage, garbage is a noun. Its synonymous words are trash, litter, waste or rubbish. Excrement is a noun. Its synonymous words are ordure, dung, filth or waste. It could be either of human waste or animal waste. Crumb, crumb is a noun. It means morsel, fragment, scrap or bit. किसी भी छोटे से टुकड़े को crumb कहा जाता है, पीस को, splinter को, fragment को आप crumb कहते हैं. Stoop is a verb, but it can also be used as a noun. In the poem it is being used as an adjective and a verb. Stoop mean to bend down. Crouch, bend, lean forward or bend over. Stoop जब noun होगा तो इसका मतलब होता है a raised platform. चबूतरे को कहते हैं जो कि बाहर घरों के बाहर लोग मट्टी डालकर बना लेते हैं, उसको भी stoop कहा जाता है. Reflect, reflect is a verb. It means think, consider, ponder and contemplate. Well, gentlemen, in the end I would like to convey a very important message from all teachers, that your response as far as the homework assignments are considered is very cold. This is, I must say, is not a very encouraging response from your side. As far as English homework is concerned, I have only received 4 to 5 students homework so far. This homework is for your benefit. If you complete these homework, you are going to benefit hugely. But if you don't, I don't think these online classes will do any good to you. It's all about doing the homework thoroughly and completely. So I would once again like to remind you with a word of caution that these homework assignments hold extreme important and of paramount importance. So you are please required and requested to complete your homework and submit the soft copy to the respective teachers, and hard copy should be dispatched at the college. I look forward to receiving your homework assignments as soon as possible. Be quick. With that, I'm signing off, wishing you all the very best. Take very good care of yourself. Khuda Hafiz.